I'm Chris Lueking. I'm Horticulture Educator serving Bond, Clinton, Jefferson, Marion, and Washington counties. And today I'm here to show you some examples of hydrangea bushes. We get lots of questions on when should we prune our hydrangeas. And this is a great example of an Oakleaf hydrangea. And they're called Oakleaf hydrangeas because of these great big giant leaves that they have. They have panicle shaped type of blooms or cone shaped that are coming out. They're just still in mid bloom. They will kind of go into your late May, early June, where you're going to see them transition from this green to a white flower that will then turn into more of a kind of green again and then into brown, and they'll stay there. The leaves will transition into the fall into a beautiful red color. The time to prune this one, though, is to wait until flowering. You don't want to prune it now in early spring because it's going to flower on that old wood, what they call old wood. So as we kind of look onto this stem, we're going to see that it is already a darker stem. This is what they would consider to be new wood. You can see it's a branch that's coming out. It's very pliable and very flexible. We wouldn't want to prune that. It's going to flower on this old wood. So if we prune it too soon into the spring or into early summer when we see those new shoots, we will not have blooms next year. So this one, we want to know that it flowers on the old wood. It's an oak leaf hydrangea, these beautiful large oak leaves that we have. The cone-shaped flower is a great way to identify it. It's going to become a white bloom when it's fully emerged into the florets, and we want to prune it into the after blooming and after flowering. So we want to wait until late summer, early fall before we go ahead and cut that off. This one is our Panicle hydrangea. As you can see, the shape of the leaf of it is very different from our large oak leaf hydrangea. This also will get to be 6 to 10 foot tall. And you can see it's pretty large. It's been in here for a while. This is a limelight hydrangea. It does not have the blooms yet. So you're going to see they're going to have blooms on this new wood. It's got this pretty red color to it. This is a new wood that will have produced the blooms on them. You can see this one has been trimmed back and then been pruned earlier into the season, and now we have this new branches that are starting. So we want to make sure that we go ahead and let this come into full bloom. We enjoy it all fall long, and then wait until late winter, early spring before we see this new growth emerging to go ahead and prune it thin. But this is a great one to have in your yard. You can see how beautiful it is. It has an interesting color even into the summer. And then as our blooms start, they'll go from June all the way to September having blooms and able to enjoy it as it goes from its first white color to that green to then a brown color.
All right, this is our third hydrangea type that we have. This one is Annabelle. So you can see it's kind of a clump forming. This is native to Illinois. The Annabelle is originally first discovered to Anna, Jonesboro region. It was a native that they found. It was two sisters that were out, and they actually got to name the variety of it. What happens is they bloom. They have this beautiful color. They kind of have branches that come up, and as you can see, kind of clump forming, a little bit more wild looking because you have lots of little clumps and branches that kind of form. They come up from the bottom and they kind of make a mass here, as you can kind of see. And as you get blooms, they kind of hang down just a slight little bit. They have large flowers that start in June with an additional blooming in August. So they're a great addition to your landscaping. They have a heart-shaped leaf. They kind of get larger. These are still early in the season. It's still May. And this one is one that you want to wait to prune, again, until your late winter, early spring, before you see all this new growth. Your blooms are actually going to be on your new wood, so you want to wait on that to prune it. This one does respond well to regenerative pruning. So you can see this one has been trimmed on and slightly compacted on where we're at, but this one responds well to going down and making a cut, like right here, taking it all off and having it dome shaped so that you have a nice regenerative cut on it That's another type of pruning that you can do. A great way to do is to follow along and look at our info sheet at our website, and I'll give you some tips on when you should go ahead and prune, and great ways for you to maybe, if it's looking a little rough or it's a little out of whack, how you can regenerate it and make a solid cut across it into late winter and start it next spring and get it compacted and looking really nice like this bush right here.
If you have any other questions, please reach out to us at Illinois Extension. You can contact your local extension office or a master gardener.